Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston, and it is freezing in October. We're in the very beginning of October, and it's totally freezing because they've been blocking out the sun. And that sucks for the Northeast, but apparently already in California, they're preparing to cut power to 1 million customers. Be ready. What did I tell you about the winter time? The worst thing that can happen if you're prepared is you're prepared. And that is completely and totally it. Everything you need to be prepared for yourself and your family is right here on this website. Links will be in the description. You can get water purification, get rid of the fluoride, get freeze-dried food, and also get methods to save energy so you can charge your laptop or cell phone. Be ready or don't. It's totally your call. I'm out. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 11th of October, 2019. I tried to do a live video earlier, but it wouldn't work, so I'm going to have to try to upload this. I started out the live video by saying the United States Marines reserves being called up. It's normal. It's no big deal. It's a piece of paperwork that somebody got a hold of and started circulating. I've spoke to 27-year veterans that are still active. It's completely and totally normal. Is it constitutional? No. But 𝗦𝗶𝗍𝗶 𝗦𝗫𝗏𝗏𝗏 is gone and nobody seems to care, so there's that. I've spoken to Master Chiefs. I've spoken to active military at Fort Benning, Georgia. I've spoken to guys from Fort Hood. I've spoken to Idaho disaster relief people. It's totally normal. So anybody making a big deal about October 17th is misleading you. There is that. Now, special forces being accidentally bombed by Turkey. Turkey is just another piece on the New World Order playing board. So we don't even know if that's true. And if it is true, special forces are guys that you don't know who they are. That's what makes them special. This could be an enormous setup because look at everything else that's going on. The crazy weather in the United States, which is basically going to cripple or keep everybody busy. Magically, a freighter gets shot by 2 missiles out in Iran. Do you see what I'm saying? They're stirring the pot. I never looked into the significance of the year 2020. But it's going to be 2020 in 2 months. Are these guys going to try to pull this winter? I got a big feeling they are. I can't tell you people enough to be ready, be prepared, be grounded in the Word of God. Beg for the full armor of God, through Jesus, and you're safe. You're good to go. Don't be afraid. Don't fall for fear. And don't listen to ridiculous Catholic pastors. Do you see what I'm saying? If people texting me, they don't even bother saying who they are. Do you think I'm going to respond to that well? How often do I mention that I hate my phone? So do you think I like strangers shooting me a text? I don't. I really don't. So if you're going to text me and I don't know you, have the courtesy to tell me who you are. And then maybe I won't block you. Turkey bombing special forces, it smacks of a false flag. It smacks of a reason. You got Trump driving around doing his rallying or whatever, calling Biden an idiot, etc., stirring the pot, making magnificent headlines. They're going to distract everybody with all these special forces bombed by Turkey. Trump calls Biden an idiot. Meanwhile, on the internet, people are blowing up this Marine thing on October 17th. And then you got people talking about November 11th. This happens every single solitary year. But I can't help but notice that California is getting smoked, no pun intended, again. Denver dropping 70 degrees in hours. 3 feet of snow. It's not even October 15th. Nor'easters and the weather on the East Coast right now where I'm at is horrible. Be ready, because before they pull anything big, they always flood the headlines and keep the sheep busy. That's what it looks like to me. That's all I got. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It is Friday, the 11th of October, and California is up in flames, exactly as predicted by numerous YouTube channels. Here we go again. Here we go again. They want people out, so if the fires don't manage to take your house down and leave all the trees around and everything intact like they did last year, they'll just shut your power off till you finally say screw it and sell your house at a drastic discount and leave. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the agenda? Do you see how this is just too coincidental? It keeps happening all the time. The government doesn't do one single thing to PG&E, who allegedly their power lines are what's causing these fires. We know that's not the case. But instead of fixing the grid, they always tell us how susceptible and weak our grid is. Instead of fixing it, they just shut your power off. F you. It's amazing. It's amazing how many people just put up with this, and even worse, how many people make excuses for the system that's taking them out one by one by one by one. It's sad. It really is. I'm taking the wrong exit. I got up too early this morning. So check this out. Here's another wacky little thing, how people like to, hear what they want to hear. I made a video talking about how about 150 years ago, every race of people were all on their own separate piece of land. Tower of Babel. But think about that. Every Africans, Greeks, Italians, French, everybody had their own piece of land. Everybody did their own thing. Everyone had their own little G God. Everyone had their own traditions. Everyone had their own way of life. And then suddenly, certain entities on this earth started flooding countries with people that didn't necessarily belong there, didn't speak the language, didn't believe in local customs, religions, etc. Somehow, me pointing that obvious thing out turned into, Richie doesn't like interracial marriages. Well, do you even understand where interracial marriages came from? It's once again all part of the same agenda. Do you realize in Israel that they have a special secret police like Nazi Germany did that make sure that Israelis don't marry outside of the Jewish faith? Did you know that? Do you realize that they're the only people left on the planet that literally can trace their ancestry back, and everybody else can't? But somehow that turns into me having issues with interracial, me pointing something out, and then you taking offense because you're probably in an interracial marriage. That's two separate things. But do what you need to do, whatever. People are funny, man. People are absolutely funny. You point out the system that's taking us out as a humanity, and they make excuses for it and claim they're awake. I'm not the one that claimed that we were attacked by Muslims on 9/11 and then flooded the country with Muslims after 9/11. That doesn't even make any sense, but that's what happened because it's part of the agenda. There's only one country in the world that you can't just go and live without going through all sorts of hoops, denouncing your religion, and picking up Judaism. It's Israel. And it's the only other country that we just send trash trucks full of money to every single solitary day. And it's also the only other country that we're not allowed to talk about whatsoever at all. As a matter of fact, in some places in the United States, you can't claim your homeowner's insurance unless you promise not to speak ill of Israel. How does that even make sense? Well, it's easy. Look in the back of your $1 bill. In the back of the one piece of American currency with the one federal note that hasn't changed. They can't have it change because on the back of the $1 bill, it shows their entire game plan right in front of your face. And most people just deny that. The fact that you can take the Great Seal and make a Star of David and it spells out Masons, that's just a coincidence. You know what I mean? It's amazing to me how people rationalize and how people defend the system is trying to eliminate them. Worse, it's trying to take your mortal soul and have you live in a lake of fire, or whatever hell is. At any rate, I digress.